That skill presents decimal subtraction. The rules of decimal subtraction is pretty similar to the rules of decimal addition. So when you want to subtract one decimal number from the other, just be sure to align their decimal points, which means put the decimal points in one straight line, one below the other, and then do the subtraction like normal numbers. In the end, you want to put a decimal point right over there on your answer so that your answer becomes a decimal answer. For example, if you wanted to subtract, let's say 5.2 from 8.7, you would do a 7 minus 2, that's a 5, 8 minus 5, that's a 3, so the answer is 3.5. How about trying 4.12 minus 2.88? Let's just go ahead with normal subtraction. You cannot take away 8 from 2, so you borrow 1. So this becomes 12 minus 8, that's a 4. This turns to a 0. But then you cannot take 8 from 0, so that turns to a 10. Borrow 1. Change the 4 to a 3. 10 minus 8 is 2. Put the decimal point right below where it was. Then 3 minus 2 is 1. So the answer is 1.24. So decimal subtraction without borrowing, with borrowing, is still the same process as normal subtraction, just that you need to keep in mind that the decimal points have to be aligned. If they aren't, you end up getting a wrong answer. And then obviously feel free to add zeros to the end of any number, any decimal number, so that you could do the subtraction. For example, if you wanted to do 7.5 minus 3.28, you can change the 0.5 to a 0.50. It's still the same number. And go ahead with the subtraction. You can subtract 8 from 0, change it to a 10, borrow a 1, 10 minus 8 is 2, change the 5 to a 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, bring down the decimal point, 7 minus 3 is 4. So the answer is 4.22. Let's try a word problem. Glenda weighs 81.5 pounds and her twin sister Julia weighs 81.28 pounds. Who weighs more and by how much? Now if you look at these two numbers, 81.5 and 81.28, it's kind of easy to be misled and tend to think that 81.5 is less than 81.28 because 28 is more than 5. But when you want to compare two decimal numbers this way, be sure that the two numbers you're comparing have the same number of digits after the decimal point. Now this one has got 2 digits after the decimal point and this has got only 1 digit. So if you really want to see them have the same number of digits after the decimal point, you should think of this 0.5 as a 0.50. So that's also got 2 digits after the decimal point. And now probably you have the idea which is supposed to be more. 50 is more than 28. So there you go. Glenda weighs more. Who weighs more? It's Glenda and it's not Julia. By how much? To find it out, we simply do the subtraction. 81.50 minus 81.28. So you borrow 1. 10 minus 8 is 2. Change the 5 to a 4. 5 minus 2 is 2. Put down the decimal point and the rest is all 0. So actually Glenda weighs more by 0.22 pounds. Even though somebody who is starting to learn subtraction of decimals might have thought the other way around.